2023 was the year of marijuana addiction unrestrained, ambitions and relationships unraveling. A marriage of growing distance, frustration expressed though unresolved. Then a break, change had to start with me. Quit the herb, lift the weights, fix the mind. Therapy, a new understanding of highly sensitive people and neurodivergence, masking recognized. Then a push for renewal rebuffed, counseling delayed, a partner staying behind the safety of brick walls. Why the rush? What was I thinking? Check the exit lights. Divorce maybe, not yet, keep trying. Celibacy not a monk, sorry, can't do. Wrap the warm blanket of cognitive dissonance and take dual paths away from the standstill. Tinder. What do the youths use these days? Hinge. Who has the time? Well, here's an interesting subreddit full of sugar. This can't be real. I'm too young. These must be escorts and scammers. This must be coercive and harmful. Knee-jerk reactions and prejudiced views systematically unraveled by personal accounts of mutually beneficial relationships. Happy women. Happy men. Horror stories mixed in, those experienced leading others along the way. Okay. Let's give it a try. Create an account and see what's there. Home city. Too few, too close. Big city. Better, smarter option. Hide from search and control the outreach. Ping. 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 Pong. Well, the escorts and scammers are here as expected. But there are others. Cute but weird. Not too weird. Kind and welcoming. Not the brightest bulb. Active and eager. Nah, something damaged. Sifting through profiles was like searching for a diamond in the rough. Then someone different, clever, curious, precocious, provocative, transparently self-aware, cosmopolitan at heart, unabashed, particular. Interesting. We chat. She gives my profile a 4/10. We keep chatting. 106 messages later we shift to Telegram. Set a date. Monday came too soon. Fancy dinner? How about casual shisha? Nice. She's running late. Right behind you, ghost. Not really. 40 minutes over. Go home and ghosted? Wait, there she is. Stunning. This can't be real. A first date, anticipation mixed with curiosity. Her late arrival tested my patience, until our time together sparked an intrigue. Politics, religion, the things you don't talk about on a first meeting. A name? Not yet. Guess. Todd. What a loser. Give a chance to escape by going to the bathroom. Still there waiting. Still trying to find a name. Let's talk, walk, bid adieu. Delving into taboo topics off the bat was a test of our compatibility, a risky maneuver that somehow felt right. Finances, sex, everything else you don't talk about early on was covered later by text. Arrangements made. Another request for a name ungiven. The frankness of our conversations post-date was unexpectedly refreshing. Like a bridge over the moat of societal norms, each shared secret a plank in the foundation. A gap remaining through discretion held. A second date, late again, now at a bookstore. Backstories told, identity disclosed, a plan for complete discretion quickly left by the wayside in favor of an attempt at trust bestowed. Her name is names. Well, that clarifies. The peeling back of layers felt like a significant milestone. It was a moment of vulnerability and trust that seemed to shift the dynamic. A walk about town with nowhere to go. Back to the hotel and then it begins. A bite. A choke. Oxygen denied. Well, that was unexpected. A dominant spirit wrapped in a demure deportment. Just a single artifact of an independent and well-earned self-confident nature pushing against a mismatched attempt by religion, society, and family to apply nurture by constraining all the rightly desired avenues into the future. A rebel with a cause. A reminder of complexities and contradictions. A third date. This time early as though a curveball. Into the hotel, no wasted time. Then dinner, noise, distance. Then back to the hotel, a dynamic disrupted, a curiosity unrelenting. Why do you have affairs? Well, answering makes the cognitive dissonance quite challenging. That isn't a topic I'm ready to engage. She won't wait. Frustrated, she walks out. An ending at the start. Her question lingered, a challenge to my self-understanding and intentions. A moment of reckoning with my own truths. Okay, I say goodbye and wish you the best. I'm not one to chase or force what isn't meant to happen. Then, a genuine sense of sadness. An unexpected connection beyond what was sought, discovered, and then as quickly lost. So I message again, apologize, and propose a second chapter. Will you stop being so reserved? For you, I will have to try. Then a curious thing one morning. Scrolling through Reddit, there she is. Asking for profile advice on the subreddit. Impossible to misclick through. You should smile more, the predictable men say. She's more complex than that, I think. You need someone particular, one comments. Agreed. Click through. Old post, there it is. Our story, her enjoyments, and frustrations laid out clearly. A question of what to do, not clearly answered. An openness to try again tentatively displayed. Discovering her profile was like finding a hidden door to her thoughts and feelings. It was both invasive and enlightening, a peek into her world that she hadn't directly, a window open to her experience of our time. A ready avenue to understand my future missteps. Should I keep my knowledge secret to avoid her closing it? No, it feels wrong to know but not tell, and she appreciates honesty. In this direction at least, keep nothing to hide. Send a note, found your account, and there it goes into the waste bin as expected. A fourth date. Now at a conference full of nerds. These are her people. And it is a gift to share the time and peek into her world. She is excited and engaged, and it was well worth clearing the day to experience. We walk, we talk, we eat, and return to the hotel. Now we have that conversation again. Why do you have affairs? A dead bedroom, continued Hope, a dual path. An answer for every question asked or expected, until she says I will tell you if I have more. She is caring, supportive, affectionate, kind, seeks to understand, and this time, she stays. The openness was worth the risk, a deeper dive into mutual understanding. The conversation we dreaded became a conduit for connection. It was a testament to the power of honest dialogue. A fifth date. Rock climbing. Too tired to go. For the first time, we simply stay in. Someone bikes a single ice cream sundae across town. Capitalist excess in all its magnificence. Butlers overeager to deliver water. We close the doors. She rides my face. Suffocation seems to be her thing. It works for me, though my body might not survive. That's fine. We all go eventually, and it's as good a way as any. The time passes too soon, and another week must unfold before we meet again. This date stripped away the noise of the outside world, allowing us to focus on the raw and real elements of our connection. It was a poignant reminder of the beauty found in simplicity and the depth of intimacy that can be achieved when two people are willing to be truly present with each other. That brings us to today, reflections through a nighttime story. Where is this going? No fucking clue.
Backstory: I'm a 23-year-old girl, and have a 35-year-old brother who, up until the last 2 years, I would have considered myself close to. He is the reason I found my passion for gaming and tech, because he would let me play on his devices/accounts. He moved out when I was 11, but I would still occasionally talk to him over the phone or go visit him. When I was about 17, he realized that I bought my own console and suggested that we play online together since we lived in 2 different states. I agreed. We would play together almost every night, but I got really busy with school and then just couldn't find the time to play. What he did, and why plus how it affected me. When I graduated high school, I didn't pursue higher education right away because I was not only broke but traumatized from having to beg my mom for food and essentials since I was 13. After about 3 years of working, I managed to save up $12,000 by basically only spending money on bills, food, and essentials. My goals with this money was simple: buy a car for like $8,000, a PC for $1,600, and have a rainy day money. Out of the blue, he contacted me saying that we needed to play this new game called Apex Legends. Since I was exclusively playing Fortnite and going to school again because I was getting close to my goal, it didn't seem like a problem for me to learn a new game. Surprisingly enough, I fell in love with this game, so much so that I would grind ranked with him and my niece every night after work. More importantly, I was super content with how close me and my brother were. Like who games/talks with their brother that's way older than them living in another state every night? Well, One day he called me on my way to work and asked to borrow $800. I was surprised because he had never asked me before, but also flattered for some weird reason. He said he was going to pay it back in February of next year. We were in June, because he was going to have a big return. Since I was planning to buy my car at the beginning of next year, I thought, well, as long as he gets back to me before I buy it, right? Would be what I would continue to tell myself. Of course, once I said yes, he started to ask me more frequently. To the point that I felt as though he was asking me to play just to ask for money. From June to December, I had managed to loan him $3,800, and wasn't hearing from him a whole lot. When February came up, I had not talking to him in months because he wouldn't respond to any of my texts or take my calls. At the time I thought, oh, he's really on hard times and something is wrong, but my younger sister was still calling my niece, his daughter, so it couldn't be the internet or phone. He called me early February saying that he needed to borrow $2,000 more and that he would pay me back in full in 2 weeks. I asked him if everything was okay and he said yes, and I really appreciate everything you have done for me, but don't worry, you're handled. I believed him and was just so happy that nothing he did was on purpose, and he was going to keep up his end of the deal, even though I gave him so much money. After that, it was radio silence from his end. I was so angry. 2 months had passed and not a single peep. To the point, I started to send him very angry messages that were very out of character and out of my comfort zone because I had never talked to him like that. I was very depressed to the point I was having night terrors for some reason and crying every night. It got worse and worse to the point that I just didn't want to continue on with living. To make matters worse, my mom lost her court case and we got evicted. I lost so much money in that whole ordeal. I think I had about $3,000 left when we found a place. I would think of it as $8,800 to make myself feel better. When I exhausted all options of trying to contact him, I decided to contact my niece and tell her to give him the phone. This was the last resort, because if he was ignoring me, then I would lose contact with her as well. She gave him the phone, and he just sounded so nervous, my heart sank. He immediately ended the call and texted me, "I'll call you later." When he just called me, he told me that he was going through a really bad eviction and showed me on FaceTime how much he owed, which was $2,000. Then he read, supposedly for the first, all of the nasty text I had sent him. He couldn't believe that I thought that he would do that on purpose. Shockingly enough, he asked for $2,000 more and I stupidly obliged because I didn't want my nieces and nephews to be homeless, and he said that after all of this everything was gonna be good money-wise. Another couple of months went by and still nothing, no contact, no repayment, and no contact from my nieces and nephews. As a result, I had to stay at a job I absolutely hated and basically begged to be fired. I can't put into words how hurt I was, and how hard it was for me to exist on a daily basis. Now I finally stopped being naive/delusional/dumb/in denial/trusting, and told my family what he did, and why he is not talking to us at the moment. More importantly, I contacted his wife. I told her everything. She was shocked and pretty much confirmed that everything he told me was a lie. She promised me that he was for sure going to pay me back and that she was going to talk to him about ignoring me. Couple weeks went by and still nothing. I talked to her again and she said that she told him to call me. Since I knew that he was just blatantly ignoring me, I went to the courthouse and prepared forms to sue him. One of the conditions was that I had to alert the party that I was going to be suing if they didn't pay me back. I messaged him on everything, told his wife, and even told my mom to DM him on Facebook because God knows I ain't on there. I gave him till February, and he's owed me $2,000 without saying a word. It has been a month since he paid me back 25% of what he owed me, but it's progress. I honestly don't think we'll ever talk again because I hate him and I'm sure he feels the same, but I'm just so happy that I didn't have to sue because it won't just hurt him but the kids too. Here's where the question comes in. Since he still owes me $6,000, public transit is driving me crazy and we don't talk. What should I do if he stops paying me back or only pays me every February? Should I still sue? Drop it? Confront him in person? Alternative? Anyone that has taken the time to read this, I appreciate you and would love your thoughts on this. P.S. I know I was an idiot for giving him that much and everything else I did in a situation, lol.